Namaste, Jai Bharat. Mediterranean Sea and Turkey, they're getting serious. Bharat's INS Trikhand was going through the international waters of Mediterranean Sea to Greece to have a combined exercise with the Hellenistic Navy of Greece. And then Turkey, this Turkey has this habit, the Pakistan and Turkey, they have similar habits. They bully rather. They would like to show off, and they do show off. And this, it was going through Mediterranean, and suddenly Turkey intervenes and gives an ultimatum to this Bharatiya vessel that you should leave its Turkey's water, but it is not Turkey's water. Initially, Bharat chose to ignore, did not bother. Then they sent some frigates. They sent some battle ships and surrounded INS Trikhand. But then, by the time four other vessels were joining INS Trikhand, which of course is a threat to Turkey, but that's not the point. Then these vessels were carrying, but they were armed. Our vessels were armed. And suddenly, Bharat did the thing which they do and which others don't understand. We don't understand. Suddenly, Bharat did something that their complete power supply went off. Turkey's. What Bharat did, we don't know. Power supply went off. Then, all the ships, those who really surrounded our vessel, lost their communication to one another, etc. Their electronic equipments started misbehaving, were not listening to, was not taking commands. There was utter confusion. Turkey was blacked out. They had no way to communicate with anyone else. This is some kind of a weapon which Bharat has. We have seen the same weapon disabling this F-35 when it came to Bharat, crossing our air defense identification zone, and that same thing happened. And Turkey should have realized that they're playing with fire, but they don't. They continue arrogance, thinking that they can do this. People have this problem, like Pakistani cricket team. This is an excellent example. They think they have already won the match, and they think they will continue to win, and they are very sure they will win, but then eventually they will lose. This is the normal kind of things what we find in Pakistani cricket team. Similarly, Pakistan as a state also has this character. They think they will do everything. Turkey sent drones. They threatened that we'll send drones at attack. They sent drones. Then what happened? The entire drone factory stopped functioning. Leave alone drones taking off and getting directions from a remote place control. But then drone factories not stopped working. When the people came to work, there nothing is working. No robots working. No equipments working. Nothing is taking command from any kind of electronic equipment. The whole thing is in chaos and confusions. Still, Turkey is adamant, and this is the situation. They should have realized they were playing with whom. They have already seen it in Operation Sindoor that the Turkish drones can't do anything to Bharat. And they still do it. They get a second lesson. Then they get a third lesson. But these people are bent upon not to learn until, like Hamas, they keep getting smothered, they keep getting beaten up, but they will continue doing what they are. This is foolishness and adamance and stupidity. Precisely, Turkey is doing that. Our navy, without firing anything, without firing any weapons, without using any weapons, had devastated Turkey. That their every infrastructure is at loss. They don't function. What will you do if your equipments don't listen to you? Precisely that's what's happening in Turkey. How Bharat does it, I don't know. And I don't want to know also. Another point. I don't want to know also. They are doing it because their minds, the typical Bharatiya minds, who would do many things, unimaginable. Of course, we have come from a very great ancestry of people doing wonderful things. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.